दूरियां ये मजबूरियां तेरे मेरे दरमियां तू पास है या कहीं दूर है ना समझे दिल ये मेरा तेरी मेरी इस कहानी को एक अधूरा अंत मिला तू मुझसे दूर और मैं हूँ यहाँ यही मंजूर है खुदा फिर भी ना जाने हंसते मुस्कुराते थे हम हर पल लड़ते झगड़ते थे हम हर पल तेरे संग बिताए हैं मैंने जो पल मुझे याद सताए पर वो पल दिन और रातें हो तेरी ही बातें हो तू साथ ना है फिर भी साथ तेरी यादें हो.
So that is Durya by Nims. You can listen it on YouTube on and on Spotify. So it will
Yeah,
link will be
Apple
there.
Music too.
Yeah, even Apple Music. Hello everyone. Today with us I have Nims, as known as Nimit Bhai. Nimit Bhai, how are you?
Hi guys, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
So जिन लोगों को पता नहीं निम्स कौन है, he is a song writer, singer, composer, and recently he performed in Beastars Got Talent. तो आप बताइए आपके बारे में कुछ.
So hi guys, this is Nims and like my name is Nimit, but like I'm a singer-songwriter. I compose my own songs and Baki to you will get to know me as you move on.
तो निमित भाई आपका वो कोई फेवरेट सिंगर सॉन्ग राइटर कौन है और आपका जो वन फेवरेट सॉन्ग हो गो टू सॉन्ग हो वो कौन सा है?
I don't if we talk about one favorite, I don't have one favorite. Like मतलब मैं किसी specific genre का music हर दिन नहीं सुनता, ठीक है? It depends on my mood. So some days I listen to Arnav Jain songs, some days I listen to Zidin songs. Then there is Tanmaya Bhatnagar, Osho Jain. So I listen to a lot of these people and like an year ago I discovered the independent side of music industry. So yeah, I listen to a lot of independent artists these days.
Okay. So what kind of artist you describe yourself as?
See, like again I'll say I don't fit into a specific genre of music. Okay. I write songs that I feel like, whatever I feel, I just write it down. So like some of my songs have those melancholic vibe, that sad meaningful vibes, while some of the songs are just happy dancing vibes. So yeah, like there's a lot of diversity in the songs, in the type of songs that I made. uh, and yeah, so I have a lot of different tastes and it reflects in what music I make as well.
Your first ever song was Durya, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what was the story behind the Durya?
So Dooriyan is one very big reason of why I can't handle online, friendships, online connections, online relationships, because I figured out in the first lockdown itself ki lockdown may it's very tough for me to connect with people, to stay connected with them, and that's one of the reasons why I lost a lot of uh, good people in my life, because I personally am a very bad texter. So I can't text, I can't talk on text. So that's one of the biggest reasons. But apart from that Dooriyan, I just wrote down Dooriyan ऐसे ही एक दिन बैठ के, ठीक है, and then later on I realized कि oh okay, um like one day I just sat down and I was with my guitar vibing with some chords, and then I realized कि I sang the first two lines of Dooriyan, ठीक है, out of the box, like कुछ ऐसा plan नहीं था, कुछ नहीं था कि लिखना है, But then once I started writing, I started liking the process. तो मैंने वो पूरा गाना लिख लिया दुनिया, and then I later on realized कि oh, it's a whole song. I quickly recorded that part of Dooriyan, and the one that you listen to these days, either on Spotify or either when I am performing, that's a very a polished version of what you listen. Okay, it's well practiced, it's well rehearsed, but उस time पे जो दूरिया था, it was totally raw. So my friends listened to that and they totally loved the vibe, they totally enjoyed it. So that's where Dooriyan began. And a few months later on, while I was just sitting down reading the lyrics of Dooriyan, then I realized ki, oh, this the lyrics show what that phase of my life जहाँ पे I was sort of in a place जहाँ पे I couldn't connect with people online because everything was online, so I couldn't connect with a lot of my friends, couldn't connect with a lot of people that I wanted to. So that's how Dooriyan was made. And when I perform Dooriyan, I say this a lot ki Dooriyan is for all those bonds, all those friendships, all those relationships which unfortunately could not survive the lockdown, because that's what Durya ke lyrics also signifies. So that's the story of Durya, how it was made.
It was a really incredible story. As you said कि ये बहुत बार परफॉर्म्स को है, पॉलिश्ड हुआ है, सेम थिंग मैंने भी बहुत सी ऐसे करे ओपन माइक्स वगैरह एज ए स्टैंड अप, तो वहां पर भी मैं अपना एक सेट लेके जाता हूँ, फिर लेके जाता हूँ. तो पहले वो रॉ ही होता है, फिर पॉलिश होता जाता है एज यू
Yeah.
डिस्क्राइब. अब जो दूरिया सुनते हैं वो पॉलिश्ड वर्जन एकदम रॉ से अलग है. दूरिया का रॉ वर्जन भी यूट्यूब पर अवेलेबल है, राइट, आपके चैनल पर?
Yeah, Malib, that raw is different. That is just me singing on my phone, recording on my phone. In fact, a very fun part about Dooriyan is that Dooriyan ka jo version that is available on Spotify is available on all these streaming platforms. The lyrics for that one is actually recorded on my phone that I'm talking to right now with. So uske actual vocals weren't recorded on a mic. I did not have this mic us time pe. And I remember I started working on Dooriyan as a project in the second wave of the lockdown. तो उस टाइम पे जब I started working on that song, तो I didn't had a mic, I didn't had the access to a studio. So what I did was कि I recorded vocals on my phone, sent it to a producer, and after a lot of takes, retakes, and it was peak summers, second wave के time पे, so बहुत गर्मी होती थी, तो fans off, ACs off, windows बंद room की, so it was very humid in my room. But I anyways used to record, covered my mic with a towel, with a handkerchief, so that breath ki awaaz kam aaye. And that's how Dooriyan was made on jugaad, like on total jugaad. But it hats off to the producer for just creating such a beautiful song out of raw vocals जो मैंने भेजे थे. But answering to your question, Dooriyan, that the raw version that I'm talking about, like the raw in brackets जो मैंने अपने उधर लिखा है, that means it's just a raw version, it's not a studio version. And when I say that, when I first wrote the song and sent it to my friends, that was a raw version in another sense. Like उस टाइम पे उस गाने पे इतना काम नहीं करा था मैंने, so the lyrics were not polished yet, तो lyrics में भी कुछ words ऊपर नीचे थे and वो finishing नहीं थी. So that's a different sort of raw that I wanted to say.
So your second song was Zindagi, right?
Yeah.
So the Zindagi की story क्या है?
Zindagi is a love song. Okay, as I always say, Zindagi is a love song, and it's honestly it's for someone that I wanted to sing it for her, but I used to have a crush. Okay, and I used to have those vibes, but again, because everything was online and I can't handle an online relationship, so I decided not to take things forward. That is one of the reasons why I did not, ever ask her out या कुछ भी. But as I said earlier, कि I used to I like to write or whatever I feel. So उस time पे I had these feelings and I wanted to, somehow just get them out of me, and I couldn't ask her out, I couldn't tell her. So what I did was I took my pen, took my diary, started writing, and that's how Zindagi was made. And when I wrote that song, I had these few visuals in my mind ki, if ever Zindagi happens to be like true, like if I ever ask her out or if I ever date someone in future. So that's how Zindagi is gonna be. Okay? That's how I would like to vibe on that song. So yeah, Zindagi was just a love song that I was feeling those vibes at that particular time, and I just shared it on paper, and that's how Zindagi was made.
We all been there. We want to tell someone about what कुछ वो नहीं कह पा रहे तो पेन लेके पेपर लेके लिख डालते हैं. So
Yeah,
even I been there, but instead of writing a song, I wrote a poem.
I
I wrote
पुराने
a
दिन.
poem, not a जो 4 लाइन वाली पोएम होती है वो नहीं, पर वो नैरेटिव स्टोरी
Mhm.
टाइप जो अमनदीप ख्याल हेली शाह करते हैं वो टाइप की.
Yeah.
Probably you are never gonna listen to that.
Yeah, I would. Matlab, I would love to listen because I before writing songs, I wrote a few poems as well. I guess I wrote one for my friends, one for my sister on her birthday, and this was something that I really like. And I guess so yeah, matlab, I wrote a few poems as well. So I'm interested in poems.
I'll बाद में सेंड कर दूंगा आपको.
Sure.
So everyone has their own different writing process.
Mm.
My writing process is when I just sit down, take a pen, think about my next stand-up. I think about कि लाइफ में ये चल रहा है, लोग ये फनी फाइंड करेंगे, तो लेट्स ट्राई दिस नेक्स्ट सेट. तो आपकी ये सॉन्ग राइटिंग की प्रोसेस कैसी होती है?
Um, I don't want to sound diplomatic, but I don't have a specific way of writing. Okay? There's this one rule which I established after I wrote 3 or 4 songs. Ki, I write whenever I want to. ठीक है. I never force myself कि हाँ नहीं आज तो लिखना ही है, मतलब इतने टाइम से मैंने गाना नहीं लिखा तो मुझे लिखना ही है कुछ कुछ.
हाँ.
Because that is something which under pressure you won't write songs. Pressure के चक्कर में you can't even think better. So I only write when I want to, and the biggest example for this is in the last, well, it's been 1 year since I wrote Durya. I wrote Durya in 2021 January, and now it's 2022 Feb. So basically, एक साल हो गया मुझे लिखते हुए, and in the last 6 months I haven't written anything. Like I still write something, but not full-fledged songs. Okay, I write to practice, to maintain that that accuracy, to maintain that vibe, that कि अब अगर मैं लिख नहीं रहा हूँ कुछ 6 महीने से, तो फिर I can't just get up and write a song another day. So you still have to practice, but I never write when I don't want to. Okay, and there's this one. So I have 9 songs written as of now, 9 complete songs. And a lot of people just who listen to me regularly, they complain to me a lot on my Instagram, on Discord, or wherever I'm performing. Ki, when are you releasing more songs? In fact, my manager, my producer are also behind my back. Ki नए गाने कब release कर रहा है? But I'm a person who likes to take time, okay? Because again, this one thing, quality over quantity. So
Yes.
I like to work on one project. I guess you also asked the same question, ki when is the next song?
Yes.
So yeah. So that's the thing कि I like to work one thing at a time. So अभी जिंदगी पे काम कर रहा हूँ मैं, ठीक है. जिंदगी has released and it has to release. उसमें और भी थोड़ा सा काम है जिंदगी में. I have planned a few more stuff which I won't be releasing right now. I won't be revealing it,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be soon on my socials. So I have a few plans for Zindagi. अभी वो complete करेंगे and उसके बाद नया song. So coming back to my writing process. ठीक है. I only write when I want to. This is a rule that I established. Also, like मेरा कुछ ऐसा स्पेसिफिक तरीका नहीं है लिखने का, ठीक है. अब जब मैं सिर्फ तभी लिख रहा हूँ जब मेरा मन कर रहा है लिखने का, तो जो मेरा मन कर रहा है लिखने का मैं वही लिखता हूँ, ठीक है. So even if you look at my songs, ठीक है, I have released 2 songs as of now. One is Dooriyan और one is zindagi, ठीक है. Both the songs have totally different vibes, totally opposite vibes, ठीक है. Dooriyan is more on the melancholic side, ठीक है. Dooriyan has a deeper meaning, while zindagi is a song you just listen to while you're on a drive, while you want to party, or you want to just dance in your room all alone. So that's the total different vibes. And as I said earlier ki I write from what I feel, ठीक है. So this is life, ठीक है. You can't have the same feeling throughout. Sometimes you are happy, sometimes you are sad about something. So I just write what I want to, ठीक है. उस टाइम पे मेरे मन में जो भी थॉट आएगा, जो भी वो आएगा, मतलब ऑब्वियसली आई ब्रेनस्टॉर्म अ लॉट on the idea, जो भी मेरे को गाना लिखना है. Like once I was working on this one song, ठीक है, one of my originals which isn't released yet, but मैं उसको लिख रहा था. And it had to be a sad song, ठीक है. But the point was कि I wasn't sad उस दिन, I was in a very good mood because after a very long time I was gonna write something. So अब my mood was clashing with the vibe of the song. So I sat down and I created the exact vibe in my room. I watched a sad movie. ठीक है. उसके बाद डिम लाइट्स में बैठा हुआ था मैं, ठीक है. रात के आई गेस 1:32 कुछ थे. एंड आई वाज सिटिंग डाउन एंड आई ट्राइड टू राइट डाउन एंड आई कुडंट राइट इट डाउन because I was just in a good mood उस दिन and I couldn't write that particular song. कुछ आ ही नहीं रहा था मेरे मन में. So I just got irritated, डायरी बंद करी और मैं सो गया, ठीक है. Now because it was locked down, so I woke up around 12:30 in the noon. And मैं ऐसे 1 बजे तक मैं अपने बेड पे प्रोकास्टिनेट कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है. तो अराउंड 1:30 I just opened my diary, my pen and started writing down, ठीक है. A lot of times when I write down, I sit with my guitar and write while singing it. But उस टाइम पे I was just like कि बस मैं लिख रहा हूँ. I wrote something down and closed my diary and slept again. फिर मैं शाम के टाइम पे उठा एंड आई ओपन माय डायरी एंड आई सॉ कि कुछ तो लिखा है मैंने. आई सैट डाउन विद माय गिटार, polished a few lyrics, few lines, and that's how that song was made. And that is by far the most emotional song जो मैंने आज तक लिखा है कभी. मतलब I have tried performing it on a few people on my events. In fact, that is the song which I once got an opportunity to perform in front of Yaya Bhootwala and Osho Jain on a Discord event. So I performed that song in front of them. That song and Zindagi. And Zindagi, Yaya Bhootwala loved Zindagi because he was like, very few people can write in Hindi and English both. And Zindagi had that transition. So that's how everything just came into. And yeah, that's how I make songs basically.
As you said कि वह स्पेसिफिक नहीं है कि कब मैं राइट करता हूँ. इवन आई हैव बीन देयर. तभी राइट करते हैं वैसे. जब मूड ना हो तब आप कॉमेडी स्केच. मूड ही ना हो तब you cannot write a love story when you are you are not in love, or you don't remember how love felt like. Even I'm working on a project. I'm working on a novel which has two endings. So one is good, happy ending, and second is sad ending. And I've been brainstorming around, like, it's been 2 years now. I still can't find the correct ending for that story, the sad story. So it happens whenever with everyone, their thing happens.
Yeah, मतलब it's said now, good things take time.
Yes.
So don't worry, you'll reach there someday.
Are you, so आप ऐसे म्यूजिक स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, ये आपने अब अपने 2 सॉन्ग तो रिलीज कर दिए, थर्ड सॉन्ग आपका है जी है रॉ वर्जन यूट्यूब पर. So are you from a musical or artistic family background?
नहीं, मतलब my dad is a businessman, ठीक है. He has his own business and like he built that business out of scratch on himself. So I really respect him for that. And coming from an artist background, no, I don't. like there are a few not close relatives but वो दूर के रिश्तेदार sort of people who they're trying to get into the music industry. There's one who's like, there's a cousin of mine, okay, who is I guess around 3-4 years older than me, and he tried music, and unfortunately he couldn't. So घर पे when I came out with in front of my parents and I said कि मुझे music करना है full time, so like unlike any other parents, they were also well, they are supportive in this way. They don't stop me from performing and all वो सब. But उनके back of the head में अभी भी यही है कि I'm doing this for my passion, and I have some, and they are also correct, because music, I'm not a well established musician as of now, ठीक है. I have been performing since a year now, and वो भी online, ठीक है. So I haven't started generating revenue out of it to sustain my future and all जो भी. So that's why I'm pursuing my studies as well. अभी college में हूँ, उसके बाद I have plans for that as well. So like none of my family is from the musical background, and they really want me to not go there. Okay, they won't stop me from doing music, but according to them I should pursue some corporate job or something. Like my dad wants me to become a businessman himself, myself. So he keeps on asking me. In fact, I also am trying to make a brand. This Nims is one brand, is a singer-songwriter. Apart from that, I am also working on another brand, which is Pehchan. It's a clothing brand, and the hoodie that I'm wearing, I designed this one. So this is something that I am working on these days. So like I do something for my parents, okay. Not just for my parents, but for their satisfaction कि हाँ, I'm not fully into music, ठीक है. मैं सब कुछ छोड़ के म्यूजिक में नहीं घुसा हूँ अभी, because obviously music can't sustain me as of now, ठीक है. But touch wood, if everything works well and I start earning from music, I start paying for my own expenses from music, then definitely I would love to pursue music आगे जाके. But coming back to my family misses, so none of them are established like musicians or something. But once I was cleaning my cupboard, and I found this very old diary, and it sounds very Bollywood, but I found this very old diary, and I asked my mom कि किसकी diary है. My mom's was like कि नहीं पता, and उसमें ना काफी अजीब सी handwriting में हिंदी में कुछ लिखा था. तो I couldn't understand it. Not just मतलब हिंदी तो पढ़ लेता हूँ मैं, but it was like कि वो हैंड राइटिंग नहीं समझ पा रहा था. या सो आई आस्क्ड माय डैड, एंड ही सेड कि इट बिलोंग टू हिज डैड, सो बेसिकली माय ग्रैंडफादर. नाउ my grandfather is not there anymore, so I asked my grandmother about it. ठीक है, she was there, she was visiting us उस टाइम पे, so she was in the house only. तो मैंने उनसे पूछा, and she was like कि तुम्हारे दादा ना इसमें गजलें लिखते थे. And this is something that I was really excited to know. I was really happy to know about it, because it's something that I'm doing right now, and my grandfather used to do it similarly. Like he used to write ghazals and all those up. So I was really happy. Matlab, obviously my grandmother took the diary with herself, because memories and all those stuff. So the diary is with her abhi at this point. But like my grandfather used to write something in his leisure time, not full time, but his leisure time. Yeah.
So you can say your grandfather influenced to become a songwriter.
Not influenced me, because I never knew कि he used to write until and unless I myself started. Like मैं खुद 3-4 गाने लिख चुका था, उसके बाद I discovered कि oh, my grandfather also used to write ghazals. But in a way, like how people say it कि तुम्हारे खून में है.
Yeah.
You can say that, but नहीं, मतलब I don't think so. I wasn't even close with my grandfather itna कि he could have influenced me on anything. Like obviously I loved him, I loved my grandmother, but why now ki, like they used to live in the village. I used to live इधर दिल्ली में, so इतना connect नहीं था, but I wasn't that close with them. But obviously, you know, when you discover some stuff unka, like he used to write, so that intrigued me a lot. But influenced, I won't say influenced, but like maybe talent unse aaya thoda.
So if you had to say who influenced you to become a songer, as songer बोल रहा हूँ हाँ भाई, songwriter.
Honestly, I would like to give a very fancy answer. My life influenced me to write. Okay. So basically when I say ki I write from my own experiences or whatever I'm feeling at that point. Um and you know, I used to listen to raps a lot. मैं बहुत rap सुनता था. ठीक है. तो I started writing raps पहले at first. ठीक है. I loved Raftar. I loved a lot of rappers. ठीक है. There's मतलब basically if you know this Kalamkar, I love the
Yes.
whole gang. ठीक है. I love Krishna, I love Deep Kalsi and all of that. So I was like कि इन्होंने लिखा मैं भी लिखूंगा. I started writing down. I wrote a rap. I wrote 2 raps actually, and both of them sucked. Okay? Like legit sucked. And I used to blame my voice for that because my voice was more melodic उस time पे, and I was like नहीं यार, I'm, you know, I used to learn guitar उस time पे, तो I was like नहीं यार मैं गा सकता हूँ, मैं rap नहीं कर सकता. But anyways, I posted them on Instagram. I recorded and posted them on Instagram, and मतलब वही ना कि it was my starting days, तो इतना criticism तो नहीं आया. Everyone was my friend only उस time पे, personally जानता था मैं सबको. So everyone just on socials they appreciated me, and then I met a few friends of mine personally, and the way they roasted me, they were like तेरे से नहीं होगा. And then I went back and उनके perspective से जब मैंने अपना rap सुना, I was like okay fine, I really suck at it. So rapping was something that I couldn't do, and like I'm glad कि I realized this earlier कि मेरे से rapping नहीं होगी. Then I wrote a few poems, जैसे मैंने अभी बताया था कि I wrote a poem for my friends, I wrote a poem for my sister. So I used to post it on my Instagram with some background music, and I guess it's still there. I'm not sure कि मैंने हटाया या नहीं हटाया. I guess it's still there on my Insta. So like I started writing down poems, and they, you know, they used to like the poems, and the poems was also Amandeep Khayal vibes wali puri, like they weren't in a rhyme scheme or something, they were just me talking about my thoughts. So for that I really got good appreciation. Then again one day I just sat down and wrote Dooriyan out of the blues, and Dooriyan was something that I was like okay fine, this is something I want to do, this is something that I sent it to my friends, they loved it. I, you know, that validation जो मेरे को मिली मेरे दोस्तों से बाद में दूरियां भेजने के बाद, so I was like okay fine, this is something that I want to do. So मैंने उस जनवरी में, लास्ट ईयर जनवरी और फरवरी के बीच में I wrote 4 songs, मतलब 2 महीने में 4 songs लिख दिए मैंने. Just because I fell in love with the process of, you know, making a song out of nothing. So basically I could create something, it's like magic, you know. You one time you have this feeling, and you just convert it into a music, into a song. So that was something that I start loving, and that's something that I fell for, and I was like okay, this is something that I want to do. So that's how I got inspired into making music. And also when I started performing, I guess I started performing after a couple of months. मतलब second wave के time पे Discord पे गया, I started performing, and you know, people started liking me. Like people started giving me a lot of positive feedback. There were critiques as well, and till date, if anyone comes up and, you know, gives me with constructive criticism, it's totally welcome. I really love people who can, you know, criticize me till a certain level. But why hai ki matlab, when a lot of people started knowing me on Discord, knowing me on different platforms, I started making this brand out of myself, this Nims, this personality of mine. I started loving it, and that's what influenced me to write even more songs. So yeah, that's it. The audience influenced me in a way.
So, as I told you earlier, I have done quite a lot stand-up, open mics, and etc. So everyone once in a while feels the performance anxiety. I
Yeah.
remember when I was performing in front of 300 people. It was in my college, and it was a day. अगले दिन मुझे परफॉर्म करना था 2 बजे दोपहर को, और मैं ये रात के 1 बज गए, नींद नहीं आ रही। वाई? इतनी एंजाइटी आ रही कि 300 लोग के सामने परफॉर्म कर रहा है। 300 इज क्वाइट अ ह्यूज नंबर। सो आई वाजंट एबल टू स्लीप। इवन मैंने ये स्टोरी मेरे पॉडकास्ट पे 3 या 4 बार बताई है, और 1 सेकंड फिर से बता देते क्या जा रहा है। सो आई कॉल्ड माय फ्रेंड सक्सम हु वाज परफॉर्मिंग, doing stand-ups for like 7 to 8 years. I called him at 1 a.m. and I knew कि ये बंदा पूरे दिन सोता है और रात को ही जगता है, so कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। So we spoke for an hour. उसने बोला ठीक है चल कोई ना। फिर मेरी परफॉर्मेंस थी 10 मिनट में, 10 मिनट बाकी थे यार। I started to forget my jokes, punchlines and everything. I texted him कि ये हो रहा है, ये बोल रहा है कि पेपर लेके जा। सो मैं जाके बैक स्टेज पे जाके बैठ गया। फिर मैंने होस्ट से, जो होस्ट था उससे बात करी कैसा है। उसने बोला कि डोंट वरी कि 20 मिनट आपके पास अभी और एक्स्ट्रा है। तो आई जस्ट सेट डाउन, रोट डाउन एवरीथिंग एंड वेंट कि अब चलो 20 मिनट है, एक बार पढ़ लेते। फिर मैंने डिसाइड करा कि मैं सिर्फ दौड़ते दौड़ते आऊंगा, स्टार्टिंग में गिरूंगा एज अ फॉर कॉमेडी पार्ट। तो जो होस्ट था वो मेरा दोस्त था, तो मैं से गिरने वाला था, उसने पकड़ लिया। फिर बोला भाई ठीक है ना। मैंने मैंने बोला माइक साइड में कर। फिर कान में बोला अबे पार्ट था ये स्केच का, तूने बिगाड़ दिया। फिर स्टार्ट देन परफॉर्मिंग चालू करा, एंजाइटी चली गई। सो हाउ डू
Yeah,
यू डील
this
विद
is
योर
I
एंजाइटी?
totally relate with the anxious part. Like, and personally, I don't feel anxious until it's just 10 minutes before I have to get up on stage and perform. And
मेरे साथ
but
यही होता है पूरे
anxiety,
दिन। यस,
yeah.
पूरे दिन नहीं हो, अगले यार पूरे दिन होता है, 1 घंटा पता है बाकी होता है, तब भी नहीं होता। फिर जब स्टेज पे आने का मौका तब डर लगने चलता है, हाथ कांपने लगते हैं कि अब क्या होगा।
In my case, पता है, the biggest advantage for me, ठीक है, I always see it in the negative way, but the biggest advantage for my anxiety was I have performed online. ठीक है, I started in performing in the mid of, I guess, the second wave, and तब से लेके अभी तक I have just performed once offline. ठीक है, that was 19th December 2020, with 2021, sorry, जहाँ पे it was one day prior to my birthday, one day prior to my zindagi release, my music release. So zindagi was gonna release on 20th December. And I had planned कि मैं 19th को एक ओपन माइक करूंगा, ठीक है ना। इट वाजंट दैट बिग एन ओपन माइक, क्रिसमस कार्निवल था जहाँ पे आई वाज गोना परफॉर्म देयर। उसके अलावा आई हैव ऑलवेज परफॉर्म्ड ऑनलाइन। तो ऑनलाइन में क्या रहता है ना कि यू परफॉर्म इन फ्रंट ऑफ योर स्क्रीन, लैपटॉप की
यस,
स्क्रीन, बट ऑलवेज वो एक थोड़ा सा वो एंजाइटी तो रहती है। तो लाइक आई स्टार्टेड बाय परफॉर्मिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ 2 to 3 पीपल, ठीक है, हु डिडंट न्यू कि कौन हूँ मैं, क्या हूँ मैं, कहाँ से आया हूँ, दे डिडंट नो एनीथिंग। एंड टच वर्ड, आई हैव ग्रोड, मतलब आई हैव ग्रू इतना अभी कि आई हैव परफॉर्म्ड इन फ्रंट ऑफ 8,000 पीपल ऑनलाइन once on a YouTube stream. And well, I still have that YouTube chats ka, like live chat ke screenshots. A lot of people started following me wahan se, a lot of people texted me, um, and what helped me dealing with my anxiety, it was getting positive feedbacks after you perform. So basically, I used to be anxious before I had to perform on a big platform, and then मैं परफॉर्म करता था। उसके बाद जब लोग आकर के मुझे बोलते थे ना कि निम्स यू वर अमेजिंग, या निम्स दिस पार्ट ऑफ योर परफॉर्मेंस वी रिलेट टू, एंड दिस पार्ट ऑफ योर परफॉर्मेंस वी लाइक्ड। So this is something that gets me in a better state for the next performance, ठीक है। And like up to I am so used to it. Like in the last 1 month, I guess I have performed for more than 15,000 people collectively. ठीक है, ऑनलाइन ही, बट लाइक आई हैव परफॉर्म, जो अभी जो थर्ड वेव आई थी उसमें ही आई यूज्ड टू परफॉर्म ऑलमोस्ट एवरी डे in at least 3 events. So that was something that I have been doing since now, and because now I can't perform offline because abhi Delhi mein thoda lockdown ka scene tha, so I hope I get chances to perform in the future offline. But 19th को जब मैंने perform किया था, that one performance was so amazing. ठीक है, like there weren't a lot of people. ठीक है, I for a person who had performed online in front of thousands of people, ठीक है, I still went on that stage for the first time and I was so nervous. ठीक है, and you know, दिसंबर की रात है दिल्ली में, so it's बहुत ज़्यादा ठंड, and I was performing with a guitar, तो my hands are all frozen. ठीक है, and I had थोड़ा सा cold भी उस टाइम पे, तो मैं inhaler लेके स्टेज पे था. So this is something I had to deal with, but I started by performing Dooriyan, and one thing that I've learned over the you know, over the time while performing is something कि no one gives a fuck. ठीक है, and this is something that I have realized कि no one does. ठीक है, उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि तुम कौन हो, क्या है, जब तक you don't appeal to them सामने से. And you know, like covers, if someone is singing covers, this is one of their advantages as well, कि people know that song पहले से. ठीक है, if you are singing Ed Sheeran, if you are singing Pratik Kuhad, if you are singing Anuv Jain, Maroon 5, जो भी, ठीक है, people know that song and people would start singing along with you. ठीक है, but for me, ठीक है, as an independent artist and an artist who's just starting, who does not have such इतना ज़्यादा मेरे गाने famous नहीं है कि you know, people know the lyrics already. ठीक है, a very few close listeners of mine जो बहुत regularly मेरे गाने सुन रहे हैं, ठीक है, they remember the lyrics to my songs, but उसके अलावा I don't think किसी को इतना ज़्यादा याद है. तो that is something that so I had to come up with this one thing जिसके लिए लोग मेरे original सुने. So what I came up with was telling the people what the song is about. So whenever you see me performing offline, online, before I perform an original, I'll always tell you a story. Ki this song is like a very short, crisp story. So now whenever I have to perform a song, I prepare a story for an original. And maybe it sounds repetitive to you if you are listening to me एक event से दूसरे event में कि ये story भी same ही बता रहा है. But जब गाना same है तो story भी same ही होगी.
Yes.
But the thing is कि when I talk about what the song is, ठीक है, like दूरिया से पहले I always talk about, as I told earlier कि I always talk about you know, Dooriyan is a song about all those failed friendships, bonds, relationships which you know unfortunately could not survive the lockdown. ठीक है, अब तो मुझे back of the head में याद भी हो गया ये, but this is something which I always you know, explain to my audience before performing, and this is something which people also started liking. ठीक है, Discord पे तो चलो इतना नहीं होता, but whenever I perform on Twitter Spaces, ठीक है, people have particularly asked me to, मतलब वहाँ पे I guess मेरा जो भी intro रहता है उसमें I say ना, hi, I'm Nims, I'm a singer-songwriter. They are like singer-songwriter and storyteller बोला कर, because they started to like how the way I narrated. So I always narrated while playing my guitar. तो गिटार के बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक के साथ आई एम नरेटिंग अ स्टोरी, एंड देन यू नो, उस स्टोरी में पीपल गेट कनेक्टेड. So this is something I learned over the time, and this is something which has grown me, helped grow me to a lot of extent, because you know, now that I tell stories to people, ठीक है, they not just relate to my song, they start relating to it even before I start singing the song itself. तो वो लोग स्टोरी से रिलेट कर लेते हैं, बिकॉज स्टोरी इज समथिंग विच इज वेरी रिलेटेबल, विच इज वेरी कॉमन. Because what I feel, ठीक है, I had lost relationships, I had lost friendships, a lot of people had done, almost everyone has at a point of time lost friends over some reason. So Durya, from being an original song, it turned to be a relatable song for a lot of people. So people started to vibe with it, people started to listen to the lyrics more carefully. That was my motive, okay? Because I spend a lot of time on my lyrics, I wanted people, and like जब भी मैं lyrics लिखने बैठता हूँ ना, I try to put easier words in the vocabulary, because so that you know when you listen to the song you get it in one go. ठीक है? Like of course there is metaphors, and there is you know a lot of क्या बोलते हैं deeper meanings to the lines, to the lyrics. But on the bigger part, if you are listening it for the first time, my goal is कि तुम्हें first time में भी वो गाना समझ आए. That is what I look forward to. That is something that I have achieved throughout अभी तक मेरे lyrics में. Like there is this one line from Khamoshi, which is like तू खामोशी समंदर सी. ठीक है? Now for a lot of people, you know, samandar, like the ocean has waves. Ocean makes a lot of noise, lot of
Yes.
sound. But when you look to the deeper parts of an ocean, you know, it's completely silent.
Yes.
You can't listen anything there. So what I meant was from that line was ki you know, tu khamoshi samandar si, basically I look for you in the waves, but I forget that you have a deeper meaning. You are in the depth of that ocean. So that's the meaning. But like tu khamoshi samandar is a simple si line. Okay, you get the vocabulary ki what I'm trying to say. Okay. So everyone has a different perspective to what I write. Everyone has a different perspective to the words that I use, the vocabulary that I use. And this particular line जो मैंने अभी आपको बोली, I have used it as an experiment on a lot of people. I have I have narrated this line in the exact same way to a lot of my friends who are poets, who are singer-songwriters as well, who are just singers, and who are like audience members who listen to me on a regular basis. And trust me, each one of them had a different perspective for this line. And this is something which just struck me, because this is such a beautiful thing ki you write something and people have their own perspectives of your lyrics, and this is something that you know, inspires me a lot.
So I
So
was
yeah. And I
when you
guess
told
I just drifted apart from the performance anxiety wala question. But
uh,
coming back to, yeah.
no, when you told me about the lyrics, I was going to wait for you to answer the खत्म करने देने फिर मैं बोलने वाला था कि तू
Mm-hmm.
कि अंदर कि the the calmer the ocean, the deeper the mean, deeper it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a saying,
So
कि in Gujarati शांत पानी ऊंडा હોય, which basically mean quiet water is a deep, very
yeah,
I don't
makes sense.
yeah. So
But
quite impactful. And guys, if he is single, then we are doomed.
okay, let's not go there. But coming back to the real question, which was performance anxiety का. So like you know, practice से सब कुछ हो जाता है, ठीक है? You once you start performing on a regular basis, ठीक है? And I mess up a lot, ठीक है? People might mess up songs while singing covers. Dude, I have forgotten my own lyrics on stage. मैं खुद के लिखे हुए गाने भूल गया था स्टेज पे. So this is something that I have always felt, and it's just you know, it's my way of taking it. But how I take it is कि I just term it as a bad day, ठीक है? And I'm like कि हाँ, दिन खराब था आज का, let's just let it go, because I know कि this is not me, ठीक है? I perform much better, बस वो थोड़ा प्रेशर में आके, थोड़ा एंजाइटी में आकर के I performed badly, ठीक है? So I go back and I sing the same song खुद के लिए, ठीक है? I'll sing the song off stage in front of my friends, or in front, or if it's just me in my room, ठीक है? I'll practice that song again. And this is something that I always take up from my mess ups, कि जहाँ पे मैंने mess up किया वहाँ पे I'll practice and come up better next time. So I have used my performance anxiety to my advantage. um, like when I started telling you कि you know, people don't listen to you, ठीक है? People don't care कि तुम क्या कर रहे हो, but once you start working on it, okay, you try to make people care about you, which I figured out storytelling does for me. So there is something that that will give that connect to you with the audience. And if once that connect is established, that connection is established between you as a performer and the audience, उसके बाद there's no going back, ठीक है? There will be audience's appreciation and your performance. So yeah, that goes hand in hand. You just have to practice.
So, as you told, you have performed in front of 8,000 people. Compared to me, my max number is 300. और me ये तो कुछ भी नहीं है. So my best, my favorite moment I performed where 300 front of people. That was my favorite moment, even though I was scared AF. What was your favorite moment? Was it the performing in front of 8,000 people or something like?
Honestly, no. Malab 8,000 people performing in front of 8,000 people online was a very big turn in my performing life, and I totally look to that like for my success job bhi thodi bahut aayi hai. I always I dedicated to that particular point of time, but like personally my best performance was that 19th December wali, where I performed offline on stage in front of people, and उस time पे सिर्फ 15 लोग थे, ठीक है? But those 15 people were like ऐसे सेमी सर्कल बना के खड़े हैं. So this is me standing here and मेरे सामने ऐसे सेमी सर्कल बना के सब लोग खड़े हैं, and while I'm performing the songs, or while I am telling the stories कि इस गाने की ये story है, इस गाने की ये story है, तो cool. So when I was performing the songs, or when I was telling them the story ki this particular song iski backstory ye hai, this is the feeling that I had before writing the song. So when I was telling them, I was having actual eye contacts with the whole audience member, and this is something that I look forward to when I'm going to perform offline in the future. That experience in itself is something that I guess everyone should experience at least once in a life, even if you don't want to be a performing artist. They can if you don't want to pursue performing arts in future, any talent of yours, and everyone is talented in their own field, so just go and perform at least once, because that exposure, that feeling will be the best. Okay, that was my first offline performance, and I wasn't even expecting ki no malab, if anyone would be listening to me or not, and I was having all those fears जो मेरे को पहले online perform करते time आते थे in the beginning stages. I was having all those fears again, but then once I got onto stage and I started talking about Dooriyan, and then I performed Dooriyan. So जब मैंने Dooriyan की story बनाना शुरू करी, a few people started and came in front of the stage. Then I started singing Dooriyan. ठीक है, उसके बाद जब मैंने दूरिया के बाद आई परफॉर्म्ड खामोशी, मैंने खामोशी की स्टोरी बताई, तो अ फ्यू मोर पीपल जॉइंड दैट सेमी सर्कल, एंड बाय द एंड मैंने खामोशी खत्म किया, देयर वाज अ सेमी सर्कल of people who were like legit clapping on beat with me, and recording with their phones and all stuff. So that was an experience which I really look forward to, and that was one of the best performances that I ever had. And this is something why what I'm looking forward to as well, ki once the COVID situation is better, I really want to go and perform offline for people.
So that was I'm audible.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought I'm not audible.
नहीं आ रहा.
So that was a really amazing. Yeah, I know performing in front of people is amazing. I performed in front of 300 people. I performed in front of 20 people. I have performed in front of 30 people. So in open mics, offline, but never online. That was a quite a, I know ऐसे 15 लोग ऐसे फेस के सामने ऐसे खड़े रहते हैं तो कैसा लगता है. You know कि they are listening to you, they are watching you, they are to listen to you. तो उसके feeling ही कुछ
exactly.
Yes. So I was gonna play, no, I was gonna play your song, Khamo, Zindagi, but
Sure, sure.
just a moment. So Zindagi is Yaya Budwala's favorite song of yours.
Yeah, matlab, of course he doesn't remember that song, but I once got a chance to perform in front of him, and he really appreciated Zindagi because, of its bilingual features. Ki, हाँ, it's English Hindi. So he liked that one. He commented on that.
So if you had to choose between Durya and Zindagi, which one would you choose?
Okay, this is a very tough question, but I guess I'll choose Dooriyan for its lyrics because it has a deeper meaning to it, and Zindagi for that beats, for that vibe that it creates.
So
So yeah.
my favorite is Durya, and you said your favorite is Durya. So let's play Durya.
Sure.
दूरियां ये मजबूरियां तेरे मेरे दरमियां तू पास है या कहीं दूर है ना समझे दिल ये मेरा तेरी मेरी इस कहानी को एक अधूरा अंत मिला तू मुझसे दूर और मैं हूँ यहाँ यही मंजूर है खुदा फिर भी ना जाने हंसते मुस्कुराते थे हम हर पल लड़ते झगड़ते थे हम हर पल तेरे संग बिताए हैं मैंने जो पल मुझे याद सताए पर वो पल दिन और रातें हो तेरी ही बातें हो तू साथ ना है फिर भी साथ तेरी यादें हो.
So that is Durya by Nims. You can listen it on YouTube on and on Spotify. So
Yeah,
link will be
Apple
there.
Music too.
Yeah, even Apple Music. The links will be in description. Thank you, Nims, for coming.
That was a lovely time. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you for coming. And everyone, thank you for watching. And so so loud to Nims. Is not Discord. You have a Discord server or not?
I don't have a Discord server, but I have my links.
Okay.
So I am there on all social media platforms that you can name. Okay? I am there on Twitter. I'm there on Instagram. I'm there on Discord. Well, Discord, I don't have a particular server, but I perform a lot on Discord. Uh, then I have Spotify, Apple Music, Geo7. So you can go check out my songs there. You can subscribe to me on YouTube as well. Just Easter Bunny. YouTube पे something is gonna come up really, really soon. So my next project is gonna be up there on YouTube, and I'm really excited about it. I have been planning this. I have been working for this project since like 5 months now. So it's been a long time that I've given to this, and I'm finally gonna start working on this physically. So that's gonna be there. Links I'll send it to Prince.
Yeah,
He'll
all
just
the
put
links
them
will
on
be
the
in the
description.
description.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also follow and subscribe Prince. He's doing an amazing job here.
Thank
So
you.
yeah.
Everyone, bye. And thank
Bye
you,
guys.
Nims, for coming once again.